Hello, good evening, hi. How you doing tonight? Tonight, we are back. Something unfortunate happened to the timer. Yeah, it runs out. That's what it says when it runs out and I don't catch it. Tonight, we are back playing more of the Blackwell Epiphany. Possibly all of it tonight? I don't know. I have no idea. This game seems longer, so I will see how it plays out. Don't not get shot by cops. Yeah, pretty much. Don't worry, we're a white woman. We're not going to get shot by the cops. It's not how it works. We are crazy, though. True. Oh, right, yeah. We're in Johnny's past right now. Or Joey? What the hell's his name? Joey. There we go. Where are we right now? We're Madeline? Go.
Malone.
Hi there. What can I do you for?
You mentioned an assistant. Where is he?
Danny? I have no idea where he is. So we're a bit short-staffed, but nothing I can't handle. We'll handle that costume of yours with extra...
You wear your hat indoors?
Costume.
That gown of yours looks very authentic. I don't even think you can get that fabric these days.
Have I become antiquated so soon?
No offense meant, I quite like it. The tiara's a nice touch. Brings out your eyes.
Well, I always thought so. But you are mistaken. We are not leaving my costume here with you.
A thing we didn't really think about last game is the fact that she knows him. Obviously. Like, she knows Joey. But there's absolutely no mention of that in Deception? Is that the one? Convergence? Legacy, Unbound. Convergence. There's no mention of that. Like, she doesn't say anything of the sort. Yeah, they met... Wait. They met before this game, didn't they? Yes. Sorry, it wasn't... It was in Deception. It was in Deception. It was in the... It was in the game before this one. Because he got trapped in the Shadow Realm or whatever. And she helped him get out. But, like, she didn't say anything. And he didn't recognize her. So, what's going on? That's a weird thing. Yeah, with the... Yeah, Vampire Steven Spielberg or whatever. So that's weird, right?
What happened here?
What do you mean?
Oops. Sorry. Yeah. Come on. Game.
This shop.
There we go.
It is, shall we say...
It looks shot up.
Shut up. Look, I know the cleaning lady hasn't been in this week, but it ain't that bad. Now, can I help you or what?
You should take a closer look at the walls and windows. They are definitely not what they should be.
You sure talk funny, lady. There isn't anything wrong with the windows that I can see.
Malone, I regret that it falls to me to tell you that you are dead.
What? Get out of town. Now, can I help you or what?
Madeline, does that ever work?
No, it does not. I will return.
Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, well, we'll
Clearly.
see.
Okay, let's try switching.
I ain't putting my fingers in those. There might be blood in there. Hey,
Miss Contis, what can I help you with?
so, who shot up this place?
Eh?
Come on, this place looks like the set of a gangster flick.
I don't know what you mean.
So, did you see who smashed up your window?
What are you talking about? The window looks fine to me.
Right, of course it does. Totally agree with you. Are you seriously telling me that this place looks normal?
Listen, everything here is top of the line. We're even looking into that dry cleaning stuff.
What cleaning?
Dry cleaning. It's... Look, never mind. Can I help you with anything or what?
Okay.
Sure.
What do I need that?
What
It's
does it
best
say?
to ring the bell if I need help.
Okay.
Jeez. Gee. They're all from last. Huh. Some kind of band. Danny and Linda Marconi? Never heard of them. I have no idea how that got there. You crazy? I ain't picking even if I did put it there. Nah, I'm here now. No one saw me. No one can prove.
Okay.
Some clothing items. The notice reads, "Please ring bell for service." So garish.
Yeah, why can't I pick up
I
broken
will need
glass?
to have a word with my host about discretion. It appears to be a coat of some. Her methods might be rough and unrefined, but I suppose she did get results.
She's a loose cannon. Malone.
Hey,
Miss.
you into music? I saw that poster on the wall.
Oh, that's Danny's thing.
Danny,
The guy who runs this place with me, him and his girl, Linda.
they're in a band.
If you can call it that. They play weekends sometimes. He wants to make it big, but
But what?
nothing. Danny just needs to focus on earning an honest living, that's all.
Okay.
Danny and Linda have regular gigs?
Awfully
No.
a lot of shade
Boy.
there.
I might want to hear him play.
Save your eardrums, lady. That's my advice.
Well,
Sure.
God damn it.
Malone,
Hi there.
I could not help but overhear your conversation with my colleague. This Danny Marconi. He is important to you, is he not?
What makes you think that?
Your energy, your aura, if you will. It changes when you speak of him. So tell us, what is Danny to you?
And what the hell is it to
idea what
you?
you're talking about.
Malone, you know precisely what I am talking about, and you will tell us.
Whoa. Whoa. Is this her power? She can break psych locks with intense eye gazing?
You don't think we will understand? Rest assured we will.
The only thing I understand is that I want you both gone.
I could leave as you request, but I don't believe you want me to. Not really. Well, do you?
Who the hell are you people?
We are here to help, nothing more. You are so close now, so close.
Phrasing.
Why is everything so confusing?
It does not have to be.
Life used to be so simple. Then Danny had to go follow a pipe dream. He had to make deals with club promoters he couldn't pay. So they showed up here. I told Danny to stay away while I tried to talk some sense into them.
And did you?
He got away. That's what's important. At least, I think it is. I'm not so sure anymore.
I understand you now. You are adrift. You are scared. But there is nothing to be scared of. Come here. My host?
yeah, sorry.
I don't know why I did it. Danny isn't much, really, but he's a good guy. You think it was worth it?
I don't know. Sorry.
You don't have anything to say? Anything at all?
No, not really.
Dang.
Right. So I just head that way.
Yeah.
Well, tell your friend thanks. And if you ever see Danny... forget it. I suppose it doesn't matter.
My host. My host, are you alright?
I knew you'd follow me in here. You can never give me a minute's peace.
You should not stay here too long.
Or what? I'll die. I get it now. We all thought my uncle was nuts, but he was just numb. He just stopped caring. About anything. Who could blame him?
Trust me, my host, it is best to push those feelings aside.
Why?
It is what must be done. That is all.
What does it matter?
Listen to me. In time, you will feel differently.
Differently.
Yes, this will all feel normal.
Normal. I don't want this to be normal.
Wait, is this the woman that turns into the Countess?
In time, things changed.
That just clicked for me.
I'm going dancing, Madeline. Don't wait up.
I see. I suppose after all this time it was inevitable that one of you deciphered the method. But do you think it will be that simple? It will not work. Do you hear me? It will destroy you. My host, Jocelyn Countess, hear me!
Ah, okay, there you go. The Countess, yeah.
Countess!
Yeah, sorry, I was a little extremely slow on the uptake on that one.
2:23 a.m. Detective Corey Palmer conducting interview with Rosangela Blackwell. Detective Sam Durkin also present. So, Miss Blackwell, tell us again why you were in that house.
Say nothing. Tell them nothing. Keep your teeth together. We'll get out of this.
Answer the question, Blackwell. Let the record show that the interviewee has chosen to remain silent. That's your right, but your silence can and will be used against you. Remember that. Fine. Next question. What happened to Detective Piero?
Where's her lawyer? Oh no, this is actually pretty standard operating procedure. Cops like to do this and try and get a confession out of someone before their representation can be called. This is an extremely common tactic. So her lawyer's not here, I mean, for narrative purposes, obviously. But there's a comedian whose name escapes me right now. He's very funny. Anyways, he has a skit about because he's a comedian and they all have stupid schedules. He watches a lot of TV, and one of them he watched a lot of 48 Hours, which is a cop show where they try and catch people who have done bad things. Because after 48 hours, the odds of catching someone like just dip. And so a lot of the time they get this person in, they put him in the questioning, and they just crack instantly, and you're like, well, okay, there you go. Every once in a while, they'll be like, okay, where'd you hide the body? And the first thing they say is, I want to speak to my lawyer. And this is like, oh, god damn it, because they're screwed. Because like this is basically their one thing, is to try and get people to say or do stupid shit before representation shows up. So, hey kids, it's your Uncle Corey here. If you ever get taken to the cops for any kind of interview like this, remember two things. The cops are not your friends, and you have a right to representation, so don't say anything before you get to speak to a lawyer. That's your PSA for the day. I'm gonna lie to them because I'm supposed to lie to them.
I don't know. She was dead when I got there.
I know you're lying. I heard the shot from right outside. I ran directly down there. You were staring.
Wait,
right
why
at me.
were you there?
What did you do?
Enough, Palmer. You saw the paraffin test. Leah fired that weapon.
I refuse to believe that, Sam.
Believe what you want. Those are the facts.
Well, here's some facts for you. This lady was chatting with Emil Haskins earlier this evening. Not only that, we have a witness who saw her sneaking into his office at work. How do you respond to that?
I had permission.
I had permission to go in.
No, you didn't. We spoke to the clerk on duty. We spoke to Emil Haskins, a man who is now a widower, I might add. Nobody gave you permission. But then, breaking and entering isn't really a new thing for you, is it? I've pulled your file.
Cough, cough,
Do you
cough,
even
cough,
know
cough.
how many restraining orders you have against you?
Okay, part of me wants to go with you tell me, but I think I'm just gonna
Let the record
not.
show
Yeah.
that the interviewee has chosen to remain silent. Again. If getting banned from the campuses of NYU and Columbia weren't bad enough,
Oh, wow.
we've got a dozen complaints registered against you from businesses and families. I'd call Bellevue to have you taken away, but you're banned from there too. Who the hell are you, and why haven't you been taken in before now?
Palmer, take a walk.
Sam?
You're tired. Go get a cup of coffee.
I don't need coffee. Don't think
I'm
I-
fueled by rage.
I've heard the rumors that you've got some mysterious informant. Is this her?
Palmer?
Fine, I'm going. But we will find out what happened. It's our damn job, after all.
Oh, is it now?
So, you happy now? Uh-huh. Look, I'm more patient than Palmer. Legally, we can keep you here for 12 hours. You really want to sit here for that long?
Am I under arrest?
Maybe.
That's the other thing.
That depends on you. The crap you pulled tonight. Was it worth it?
There's something much bigger going on.
So you said. But we cops, we like things simple. Not you, though. You make things complicated just by walking into a room.
What are you trying to say?
Officially, we're pursuing every lead. Unofficially, there was no trace of the bullet that killed the little girl. With Leah dead, we'll most likely never solve it. The
Oh,
jail's too
she
cold.
shot her kid. I thought she would have gone for suffocation or something.
Excuse me?
You want it in so bad? You're in. You won't be on the books. We can't even pay you. This case is too high profile. So, what do you need?
Sorry, what? Cops only have one MO, yeah. The MO was, they felt endangered. I mean, probably George Austin's apartment would be useful. All of
Access
this?
to George Austin's apartment.
I'll take care of it. Anything else?
I mean, yeah.
Access to Leah's case files.
Can't do it. Those are being boxed up and archived. Anything else?
Alright.
Everything you know about George Austin.
Palmer can get you that. Speak to him tomorrow.
He's
Anything else?
really the cop that hates me and assumes that I murdered his coworker. He's gonna give you that stuff.
Cup of coffee?
I'll have Palmer get you one on the way out. Anything else?
Nothing that I can think of.
Alright. From now on, you talk to Palmer. He'll be at the front desk tomorrow.
Detective Durkin, Sam, why are you doing this? Why me?
My first case involved a kid. 30 years ago it must have been. There was this little girl living with her aunt. The aunt went nuts. Smashing things, screaming. Total loony. The little girl was hiding in a closet. Couldn't have been more than 5. Scared out of her mind. I've had a soft spot for kids ever since.
Of course, he's the hard cop with what's the trope? The tough as nails cop with the secret heart of gold.
Huh. The press are having a field day. Lots of theories, but nothing approaching the truth.
And yeah, who's the little kid that was
Anything
scared?
different?
Yeah.
Just be glad your name didn't get leaked. That's the last thing we need.
No trace of the Grace Group either.
Then we best get out there and do what we do.
Alright. To the phone. Oh, we got some new emails. Did Frank Lians really die, or was it just a cheap stunt? It's no secret that his well-publicized death catapulted his last film to the biggest box office earning spot that weekend. So what really happened? Abbott Leaks intends to find out. Yeah, some nobody likes Los Angeles Blackwell. Yeah. So we're looking at the Mean Girl. Picture matches Jane Doe. Okay, cool. Now we've got case notes. Sam says I'm supposed to help you. I'm here at the station, so you can buy whatever. We also told the staff George Austin's building to expect you. If there's logic behind any of this, I don't see it. No. How do we put it? Get fucked, Palmer. Okay.
No, I don't.
When I spoke to Leah, she said a self-help group. Okay, basement of the church. Right. Alright, well. Let's start with Buddy Boy's apartment. Because we're allowed in now, right?
I'd better not push my... If I know anything, it's not...
What? We were told to go. Oh my god. We have to.
Hi.
Okay.
Yes, miss?
My name is Rosangela Blackwell. I was told you'd be expecting me?
Is this about George?
That's right.
I still can't believe it. But here's the key. 12th floor, penthouse A.
Thanks.
Ooh.
Did George ever mention the Grace Group?
Grace Group? Does it have to do with Grace Church?
It might.
I know he often went to Grace Church services, but he never mentioned any Grace Group.
I like this guy's profile.
There are tons of case files listed.
Just for whatever it's worth. I really like that guy's avatar. Just think it's a good character design.
Yep.
Okay, come on. So, hold on, does Joey have to actively fly up?
I don't even know what they are. I'd never sneak it past the doorman.
Missed call from Michael.
Whoever this Michael is, he seems to know quite a lot.
Hi, George. It's been a long time, almost too much time. I know we generally don't like to revisit our past, but this time we must. I think we're all in danger. It's almost too fantastic to believe. Something has happened to me. Something that has shown me something terrible. Do you have my number? There's the number. Call me. Okay. Yes, I am being sincere. He did not just die. He no longer exists in any form. His soul is gone. Ripped apart. I saw it happen. I won't soon forget it. It'll happen to me. It'll happen to all of us. Do you remember P? He died not too long ago. Might have already happened to him. Do you know where the others are now? We have to warn them.
So this Michael has a source who knows about bestowers. About me. This is starting to get personal.
Now it's starting to get personal. Neil and Leah, that's wonderful news. I wish I could have heard under better circumstances. Someone is after us. Not enough that they want to take our souls when we die, but they want to speed up the process. I don't think those deaths were accidents. My source tells me about someone who can help us. She's called the Bestower. We're going to look for her. Okay. Maybe you can find this Bestower person. Maybe he can't. Either way, I know what I have to do. What's the number of that contractor again? Okay. Yeah, where are they? What have you done? Not a violent man, but if you've done anything to hurt them, I will kill you. Well, that's awkward. Oh, do I have to step on all this now? I do.
This is private property, you know.
Ah!
Oh, hi there.
Yes, hi there. What are you doing up
Hi, Karen.
I'm a friend of George Austin.
A friend, of course. I suppose he was bound to get to a redhead sooner or later.
Oh,
Dang,
no.
Lee.
It's nothing like that.
Please, it's none of my business. Anyway, I'd best head back in. But I'm sure I'll see you around. Ta.
Okay. Roof ghost. Exactly. Perfect.
You really enjoy looking like a...
Quiet. It's not like it.
Fine.
Okay, back in we go. Okay, what else we
It
got?
looks really fragile. If I
Lamp?
switch it off, it'll be too...
Oh, the lamp is on? Okay.
I don't need somebody else's Me
Or
could.
do we?
It's empty.
Oops. Nope, I guess there's nothing on that side. Okay, back to Roof Ghost. Oh, my hard-earned footprints.
Huh. It'd be a nice place. I don't think I can do any... Things might be bleak.
Alright, switch.
Hi there.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Kind of. I think you met my friend earlier.
I see. You're both looking after George.
Thanks, hype support.
Yeah, something like that. So you actually live here? So to speak.
Yes. Why are you so surprised?
Well, this place is kind of, well, empty.
I live alone.
That's not what I mean. Look around. There's nothing in here.
What on earth are you talking about?
Never mind. So,
I might not have the highbrow taste that George has, but my furniture is just as serviceable as his. And twice as comfortable, I might add.
who are
Okay.
you, if you don't mind me asking?
Cute. Very cute.
Huh?
Wait, you're serious? Well, isn't this delicious? It's so rare that I get to be the mysterious one.
Uh-huh.
My name's Joey. Joey Malone. Why don't you tell me yours?
You honestly don't know who I am.
I'm afraid not.
I admit, I'm fascinated. I know your name, but you don't know mine. It's not often that I'm in this position.
So, are you gonna tell me or what?
I think not. I want to savor this for just a little while longer.
Okay.
So what is this? You famous or something?
Or something.
Could I ask you a couple questions?
You don't even know my name, and you.
Well, maybe if you actually told me your name.
No. Like I said, this is way too much fun.
Uh-huh.
Come on, you know my name. It's only fair.
I can't tell if you're being genuine or if you're just playing with me.
Why not both?
Well, the night is young. See if you can figure it out.
Okay.
Well,
Say hi to George.
Okay.
give me just a second. I'm gonna add that to my list. Whatever this note says, it's too dark to read it.
Huh.
No point in leaving that.
A bot just playing though. Okay. All right. Can I huff and puff on the note? I'm probably not gonna be able to like open the door though,
It's
right?
as far as it.
Hey, taser.
It's as
Far as it needs to go. Well,
the time. No point. She needs to be.
also got banned in chat earlier because I said this. Said what? Wait, what? Oh, because you said I'm a bot? Okay, so I don't know who she is yet, and there's not really much information I have to go on at the moment. Oh, do you want to become famous? Okay, right, gotcha. Michael?
No answer.
Of course not. It'd be too easy. Roof Ghost. And... Race Group.
No connection.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I'm assuming the front desk might tell us. So let's go back downstairs. Talk to the handsome doorman.
Hi.
Yes, miss?
Consult notes. Roof Ghost.
Do you know who lived in the apartment across from George?
I'm afraid not. I only started working here a few months ago. That apartment has been vacant the whole time.
Hmm.
Does this phone number look familiar to you?
No, it doesn't. Sorry.
Did George know anyone named Michael?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna have to come back to her. There's no way to really get information about her yet. Let's try the cop shop.
Oh, it's you. Sam told me you'd be swinging by.
Hi. Corey, was it?
Oh no!
It's Officer Palmer.
Well, at least it's Corey without an E.
So Durkin told me to speak to you?
Yes, I heard. Congratulations, I guess. I don't know why you're so special, but orders are orders. You need any information from us, I'll
King,
see if I get it.
Cosmotron. Howdy, howdy.
Talk to me.
Wait to be a cop? I swear I'm not.
Understand?
No,
Perfect.
cat. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we're on the internet. Come on up. Hey, everyone. Hold on a second. I have a button for this. Everyone, say hello to Eddie. Eddie is the good cat. Also, thank you for the follow, King Cosmotron. Yes, this is Eddie. He's a very good cat. Actually, no. Truth be told, He's a garbage cat. He's an excellent pet. Aren't you, bud? There. All cats are good cats? Nope. My other cat has decided she is uninterested in her litter box. The same litter box she's been using her entire life, and is now just peeing on the floor and peeing on fabrics, peeing, basically going anywhere that isn't the litter box. So yeah, she is on borrowed time. She might have to get rehomed because I'm cleaning up pee like every other day, and it's not okay. Anyways,
I'm sorry about Leah.
Don't even go there. I don't care what you saw, or what the evidence says. Leah wouldn't kill herself. And if she did, then she wasn't Leah anymore.
okay. So we good? We're good,
So
right?
Are we good?
Good?
You don't think I still killed anyone, do you?
I don't know what to believe. But Durkin vouches for you, and he now owes me a favor. A big one. So, I guess I come out ahead.
Uh-huh.
Is Detective Durkin around?
Nothing like trying to
I
get
haven't
your
seen him
superior
since
officer to
yesterday.
give you
I'm sure he's wandering
or
around
cash in
somewhere.
on a favor.
You seem to be taking Leah's death rather personally.
That always
Chief
works
would
out.
agree with you. That's why I'm shackled behind this desk instead of out there doing something.
So, what's the latest on George Austin?
He was killed with a .22 caliber bullet. That's all we know so far. We're still talking to.
I mean, you also know where he
Leah's
was
husband.
killed.
He's got a pretty
But, you know.
solid alibi.
How did Kendra die? Was that ever established?
I read the autopsy report. It was definitely a bullet wound. It went right through her shoulder. Clean hole. all
How would that kill her?
Coroner said
She would have
that
died.
faked death.
Yeah.
Could have survived if she
Ugh.
was brought to a hospital right away.
God.
I don't
Eddie?
understand this.
You're the worst.
Not
Ugh,
at all.
terrible cat.
Did you know Emil Haskins at all?
I don't know much. Just what Leah used to tell me. I got the impression he was a deadbeat. Always out of a job, always late with child support payments, things like that. Guess he doesn't have to worry about that stuff anymore.
Wait, the guy in the brownstone in the nice apartment? That
So
guy?
what's the story with you and Leah? I get the impression you knew her pretty well.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I partnered with her back when I first joined the force.
fucked.
She taught me a lot. Everything, really. I owe her. She was a rock. She was a rising star. Why would she flip out like she did?
I'm working on it, Corey. I really am.
That's Officer Palmer, and I'm not holding my breath.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Leah?
Officer Piero was juggling a demanding job, a growing daughter, and a deadbeat ex-husband. There was immense pressure on her, but
Something,
I
something,
still don't buy
that's
that
New
she could
York.
do what she did.
Alright, let's start going down the
George
list
and
here.
Leah both were members of a self-help group. They called it the Grace Group.
Oh yeah, Leah told me about that place.
She did?
Yeah, she didn't go into detail, but I know it meant a lot to her. She used to tell me that nobody could ever fall so far that they couldn't still reach for a helping hand. I'm not sure what that meant, but she used to say it all the time.
There are
Is that you
tons of
taking
case
off,
files listed here.
hype support
I'm not
chaser?
going to ask about them one by one. Do you know anyone named Michael?
You're
Oh,
gonna
thankfully,
have to
finally
be more
someone who's
specific
asked
about
that question is like, oh no, I know lots.
Does this phone number mean anything to you?
Not really, but I can trace it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Trace it?
Run the number, see who it belongs to. Within reason, anyway. Where'd you find it?
I found it on George Austin's phone.
Oh, we ran that number already.
You did?
Yeah, it belonged to Grace Church.
Oh.
Probably calling for donations or something.
Yeah, or something.
Thanks anyway.
Huh. Okay.
Do you know if any of George Austin's neighbors died recently?
It's not in any of the reports. Do you have a name?
No.
Not yet. But she lived across from George. Can't you look it up that way?
I can't, no. The way the system works, I can only look it up by the victim's name, not address. Sorry.
That's some Deus Ex Machina BS. Billy Ray, thanks for the follow. Alright,
Well,
so
Sure.
got no information, no real workable information there. Let's try calling Michael again. Nope.
If the
Okay. Away we go. You believe the police database is completely fucked? Yeah. Yeah. That's like, oh, we can only look them up by name. That is so unbelievably error-prone. Surely that cannot be true. I'm going out in the limb and saying he's probably more lazy and doesn't really want to help us. So he's like giving us excuses like, oh yeah, I need a name. You don't have a name? Oh, that's too bad. Alright. Back to the church with the spooky music. Joey, get out of me. What the hell's wrong with you?
Hi, remember me?
Yes, and would you please keep your voice down?
Sorry.
Are you Michael?
Do you know any Michaels?
In my line of work, I know more than I can count.
I checked with the police. This number belongs to a phone in this church. A man I'm looking for made a phone call from this number. His name is Michael. It's very important that I find him.
Yeah, it's...
I'm afraid I don't know who you're
it's
talking about.
obviously
I'm
him.
sorry.
It's so obviously him.
So there's this woman that might have died in a penthouse apartment.
I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about. I am sorry.
There are tons.
Okay, Grace
I'm
Group.
looking for information on the Grace Group.
Grace Group?
They used to meet here, in the basement. Some
Ed,
kind of
you do not get to
self-help
walk on my table.
There are hundreds of so-called Grace Groups.
No.
And they all have meetings in the basement.
Absolutely
you will
not.
have to be a bit more specific.
You have claws, and I did work very hard on this table. Okay? You don't get to go on the table. Say goodbye to everyone. Bye, chat. Go. Away you go. Alright. So now we're going to do the thing where I call the phone number and it's going to ring in his pocket, right?
The telephone that uses this number, where is it?
Why would you need to know that?
Michael used the phone. Maybe he left a clue behind when he did.
And he could have used any one of a dozen offices in our administration wing.
Really? Over a dozen?
Yes. So if you
Why does this church have a dozen office spaces?
away.
Wait, Cooper?
Pardon?
You said Michael Cooper.
Oh
That
shit!
the gentleman you're looking for.
No, I just said his name was Michael.
So you did. Slip of the tongue. My apologies. It is quite late and I'm tired.
You need to tell me who Michael Cooper is.
I told you I don't know any Michael Cooper.
Sure, bud. Alright.
Well,
Stay.
So, first things first. Call that number.
if the phone is nearby...
Alright. Part 2.
Huh. So Michael Cooper was a priest. Interesting.
I hate it. I had a heated priest moment. Exactly. Alright.
Excuse...
Yeah.
Michael Cooper. He's a priest too, isn't he?
So?
So, it's a pretty big coincidence, wouldn't you say?
I...
Swear to me!
Do you really want the police involved with this?
You're not a police officer.
No, but I can bring them in.
You have no right. They'd never do it.
Maybe I don't, but I can try. Either way, they will be looking at this church. And at you.
I made a promise. He came to me scared, begging me to protect him, to give him sanctuary. He was ranting. I should have turned him away, but we roomed together at the seminary.
You should have turned away. That you literally aren't. You can't. No, that's not how men of God
Take
work.
me to him.
He's raving. He's mad. He says he's in a battle for his very soul. Is this true?
Yes.
Ed-
Yes, it is.
He's in the school. It's closed for the winter break.
You're
so it seemed
a
like
priest.
Places I need to hide
You-
him. He'll keep
This man's talking about losing his soul.
whatever you
And it's
must.
like,
Just don't come.
sorry, I don't know anything about that.
Don't worry.
So, thrown out of a church. I suppose with our record it was only...
Wait,
the
what?
entrance to the school is around the block. Let's go.
Okay. In we go. Oh wait, no.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me
Okay.
beside-
Before we deal with all of that. No, I didn't want to exit damnation. Okay. Is that a summoning circle? Probably. You got one more day before, yeah, time off. Taser. I remember having time off.
I know you're in front of a school and all.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters.
You!
He restores
Michael?
my soul.
Stay back, bestower. I've got a gun.
Just a second.
I said stay back.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay, this escalated very fast.
Please, I'm here to help.
Help? Oh, I wish that was true. How much help did you give George, or Leah, or the others?
Others? How many of you are there?
You don't even know that. You don't know a thing, do you? This wasn't the plan.
Plan?
Yes, our brilliant plan. We get the bestower to escort our souls to the next world, protect us from this force that is after us. Instead, you let us be destroyed.
I tried. Honestly, I tried.
I should have lied there.
I'm sure that was a
Oh well.
comfort to George and Leah while their very souls were being torn apart.
I'm sorry. Whatever is going on, it's new. I've never seen anything like it before.
I see. And what about him?
Huh?
Your friend, the man behind you. He hasn't said a word since you walked in here.
You can see him?
Me? Do you mean me?
Yes, you. Don't look so surprised. How else could I have known who you were? Now get out of here. You've been nothing but trouble ever since George went to look for you.
You know what? We're calling the bluff.
Fine. Shoot. Kill the one person who can help you.
There is no need for any more killing, my host.
That voice. It can't be.
I told you to stay in the other room.
Yes, my host, I know. But I had to intervene. These two know me. If I may...
Fine. Fine. Just make it quick. I'm losing concentration.
Malone, Blackwell, what a pleasant surprise to see you both again.
Yeah, surprise is the word.
Yeah, the fact that she keeps saying my host
Is it not obvious?
has a very
You
creepy
freed me,
connotation to it.
Brought me back into this world, and as befits all of our kind, I had a host waiting for me, and so I have returned to my former duties.
Look, as much as I am touched by this reunion, I need to focus.
Perhaps we should all converse outside.
Fine. Outside. Just leave me in peace.
Thank you, my host.
That was Madeline.
You know her? That saves time, I guess. Look, maintaining this circle leaves me a bit cranky. Sorry. If you can help, great. If not, well...
Maybe if you have to maintain this circle, you shouldn't have a gun on you, bud.
I need to concentrate. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And though I walk through the valley of the I will
What
fear
the
no
hell was
evil,
that?
for thou art
Protective
with me,
circle.
thy rod
Keep
and thy
spirits
staff
from getting in.
comfort me.
Looks
Prepare
pretty good,
a table
doesn't it?
before me
Yeah,
in the
bully for
presence of
you.
mine enemies. You anoint
It's
my
fun.
head
I'm not
with
just-
oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow.
He's very good at prayer. Yeah, like level 99 prayer.
Blackwell, Malone, it's been a long time since we've been able to converse.
It's been almost 6 months since Joey freed you. How come we're only seeing you now?
I admit the transition hasn't been pleasant. I have had 3 hosts since returning to this world. The first was an old man on the edge of death. He lingered for 6 weeks before finally succumbing to the inevitable. When the old man passed, I became bound to his niece for a time. She ran every time she saw me. I tried to keep my distance, give her time to adjust, but in the end, she fell down the stairs in an attempt to flee. The poor woman died, and I was passed to her brother, the man inside.
Highly suspect. Oh, hey, Aaron Rocket. How's it going?
Do you know what's
Oh
going
no,
on?
it's so weird. I
Why are
come
these
back into
souls
this
being
world and all my
attacked?
hosts keep
I do
dying.
not know.
So weird.
I wish I did.
Also, all these other people around my new host are also dying. It's so weird.
Torn apart and could do nothing.
Totally
I'm afraid
unrelated.
My host became a little unreasonable after that.
Why was George looking for me?
We needed a bestower. A proper bestower. My host and I were not up to the task.
Eh?
It might be due to my time in the void. It might be because my host's soul has been marked by whatever is out there. But in any case, our abilities are limited. We cannot even help lost souls move on as you do. We can see them and talk to them, but that is all. Hence why we needed you.
Lucky us.
So what can we do? We don't even know what's going on.
Our theory was that you could help move these poor souls into the next world before they were destroyed. But it appears that it did not achieve the desired result.
You could say that, yeah.
You must investigate. My host and I are restricted, but you two are not. If anyone can help uncover why these poor spirits are being attacked and stop it, it is you.
Uh-huh.
You should really call me Rosangela.
Forgive me. When you are as old as I am, all the names blur together. So I tend to address those I speak to by their family name. It is just easier that way, and less painful. I'm afraid it is a habit that is difficult to break.
Uh-huh.
So how'd you like being on the outside, as it were? I imagine it's better than being trapped wherever you were.
I had thought, I had hoped, that I would pass on, that being brought back to the mortal world would force me to obey mortal laws. Instead, No, it is not to be. I have returned to my former duties, therefore I must have further work to do. But yes, it is nicer than being trapped in the void. Did I ever thank you, Malone?
Not as such, no.
Well, I must rectify that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Anytime.
I don't trust this ghost.
There's a ghost haunting the empty apartment across from George Austin.
I see. Well, you know your duty. Go and save it.
Thanks.
What can you tell me about Father Michael?
Cooper is my host. We have not had the time to get to know each other better.
Was he always this ornery?
Do have some pity for him. He has lost his uncle, his sister, and several of his friends. He has been forced to accept the spirit world and the possible loss of his own soul, all within the span of a few weeks. If anyone deserves some understanding, it is he.
Do you know anything about this Grace group?
I know that it meant a great deal to my host, as well as his friends. Whatever happened at those meetings, it greatly improved their lives. But obviously, it came at a cost.
Why do you let Father Michael push you around like that?
It is what my host wishes.
So?
Simply that. I must do what my host commands.
Ah, right, seriously. What's the story?
No story, Malone. If my host wishes me to leave him alone, I leave him alone.
That actually works?
Of course. It is my duty to do so.
So, Joey, could...
No.
Of course, some of us take our duties more seriously than others.
Fair enough.
Well, I suppose we'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
Alright. Okay, so first back to the cop shop, because I forgot to...
Officer Palmer?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Can I just leave?
Sure.
Oh no, I gotta send Joey in. I gotta do this like this. In you go.
Officer...
Yeah.
What? No.
Well,
Sure.
Okay, so I am Joey right now, right? Oh, what the hell? I can't blow on
Officer
him?
Palmer?
Yeah.
Well,
Alright. Weird. Okay, well. Whatever, I tried. Police station, school. Home? See if there's some kind of, like, talk event here. No.
I don't think... No connection.
Okay. Yeah, talk to Father Michael again? Yeah, that probably tracks. Except I can't, actually. I can only go to the school.
At last, you've come back.
Vico Lane? This game, I take it you've played? Go to the lobby? Let's go to his apartment for the moment. Love it? Oh, well, it's unfortunate that you're only showing up now. I've actually, every Tuesday, I've been playing through every one of the Blackwell games for the past, while. Garbage.
No.
Space. Painting. Play them in sequence? Sure did. This is the final one in the 5 episodes? Time difference. Oh, well, fair enough.
I don't think I can. It might be pretty. A little.
Are you liking it? It has grown on me. I will say this installment has definitely taken a turn
Joey,
to the darker.
What is it?
Okay.
Huh.
And I'm sure it's gonna get worse before it gets better. But I've enjoyed it overall. I'm glad that by about the end of episode 3 they started to really develop a larger overarching narrative as opposed to them just being, individual games in the Blackwell universe.
Listen, it's really important that you tell me who you are.
What on earth could be so important?
It's complicated.
No, I don't think so.
He dropped by. I probably should have pinged them to be like, hey, by the way, I did these.
Come on.
No, you'll figure it out. Everyone recognizes me eventually.
Okay.
Well, whoever.
Say hi to George.
I have to have. Oh, thanks, Shove It. Appreciate that. Yeah, I probably should have pinged them to let them know that I've been doing this. I guess when I'm done, I can send them the entire YouTube series. Just send them a link to be like, hey, here's my whole playthrough of all of your games in sequence. I mean, as it turns out, like, I've actually played other games by, if not them, then published by them, and I've got a couple more actually in the backlog. The Wajai? What? Oh my god. Wajai? I can't remember their name right now. That's hilarious. What other games? I mean, let's see here. Sorry, I'm just gonna pull this over for a second so I can look. Where is it? Oh, maybe I have it under completed and not under adventure. That would make sense. Where in the honk is it? Kathy Rain, I believe, is by them, which I've done. Whispers of a Machine is them. Pretty sure. Sorry, Wajda, yeah. And I have another one. I don't think I've categorized, which is probably why I can't find it right now. Unavowed. That's somewhere in my backlog here, which I know is one of theirs. Yeah, I've got a bunch. It's safe to say. So let's just go back to here. Have I played Unavowed? Nope. It is like I said, it's in my backlog. I will get to it. But not as of yet. It's fun. I would hope so. But once I finish this, I'm going to be taking a slight break, just because I have done 5 of their games at the very least in a row over the past little while. What would I play? The next game, I believe, if it works, I haven't tested it yet, is probably actually going to be San Max Hit the Road, which is a game from my childhood that I deeply adore. And then after that will be a new game, actually, Paradise Killer, which I'm very excited to play with. He's never played the San Max games. This is the original one. This is like the 1996 Question mark? Sam & Max game. It is a classic. I'm very excited for the next game. So many games by Telltale. Are you playing the? I will be playing the original. Yes, I did play through 5 of the 6 of the Telltale games. Yeah, I don't recall beating the last one. Can I even get my hands on the Telltale ones anymore? Is that possible? I don't actually know if you can buy them anymore. If I can, I might try and pick them up on some kind of a discount. And yeah, I would play through them again because I was playing them on a Mac Mini, which you can just kind of see right there. Wait, is that the Mac Mini? That is the Mac Mini, yeah. That little Mac Mini right there is from like 2007. And it could not handle those games properly. So, if I can get my hands on them, I'd love to play them in the maximum fidelity that they offer. That would be nice. And at least 30 frames a second, which I definitely did not get in those games, because the Telltale engine was not optimized. Richard Cowboy set you up for that affiliate. Oh, appreciate that. All you need to do is have every one of you show up again for the next like 30 days, and we're good. But I appreciate you being here, Intrudo. Yeah, so the next game I'll be playing is going to be the classic Sam & Max Hit the Road, and then after that will be the brand new Paradise Killer. Those are my next 2 adventure games that I have lined up. Yeah. Anyways, who the hell do I talk to forward this?
Do you know who lived in the...
No, we already did that. I already did that.
There are tons...
And...
Sorry.
I got stuck here so hard. This feels like one of those adventure game things. Still think it's a priest? There's no way to talk to the priest. Like, I can't go to the church.
Oh, you have returned.
So, like... I can't go back in? No. Maybe I can go... Can I go upstairs?
Father, my
Lord is more.
Yeah?
Oh. Oh, you meant him. Sorry, I thought you meant the other priest. My apologies. Okay, yeah.
I can't believe there's another medium in New York.
Medium?
Sorry, I mean bestower. I've been calling myself medium for so long I sometimes forget.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not like I have anyone to talk to about this stuff. Nobody living, anyway.
Hey, look, I'd love to swap ghost stories with you, but it takes all my concentration to maintain the circle.
Right, sorry. Maybe we'll have coffee later? You know, after we save your soul and everything.
Sure, sounds great.
What is this circle?
Oh, this. Madeline taught me how to do it. It prevents anything spiritual from getting to me.
That feels like a useful
It takes some
thing.
concentration to maintain, so I'm sorry if I seem a bit inhospitable.
Could
How
you
did
teach
learn
me
what
that
was
shit?
happening?
You mean that our souls were being taken?
Yeah.
It was a few weeks ago. I was at the bedside of a friend. Jeffrey, his name was. He went to the Grace Group meetings back in the day. Like me. He had been in a car accident. Hit and run.
Uh-huh.
He was dying, and he wanted me there. And when he died, I saw it. His spirit being torn apart. He screamed. I'll never forget that scream.
Yeah, you
I
never
know,
forget your
I
first.
saw it too.
Anyway, with Madeline's help, I began looking into other members of the group and learned it was happening to all of us. You know the rest.
Do I?
So you're working with Madeline?
Working? I guess you could call it that. I've been too busy being scared to give it any serious thought.
So why'd you send Madeline outside?
Her presence disturbs my concentration, so she's keeping as far away as she can until this is resolved.
What about us?
You're the ones who are going to save my hide. For you, I'll make the extra effort to focus.
Okay, so you can, but choose not to.
Did you know that there's a ghost?
Really?
Do you know anything about it?
Sadly, no.
What about yourself? Is there anything we should know?
Look, you're not exactly catching me at my best here. I can't do anything. I'm not a true bestower like you are.
Alright, already got an inferiority complex about it, huh?
Weakened or something. She doesn't know. Believe me, if I could do what you can do, I'd be out there trying to stop this. But I can't. So all I can do is hide.
Okay, can you tell me about the Grace Group, for God's sakes?
It was some kind of self-help group?
About 20 years ago, I was a very different person. I suppose you could call me an alcoholic.
I knew it. I don't know why, but I absolutely knew that this guy was some kind of boozer.
It promised to help folks like me find their way. It seemed to be some kind of hippie self-help group, but I went to a meeting anyway. I don't remember much about the meetings, but somehow I had discovered that going to seminary school was something I had to do. It all made sense.
Made sense?
I just knew it was what I was meant to be doing, and I was right.
Uh-huh. Anything else?
Is there anything else you could tell us about the Grace Group?
You know, like other members?
You know everything I do.
I don't.
Did you know that...
Really?
What happened at these meetings?
That's just it. I don't remember. Until recently, I never
Yeah, like
questioned it.
who ran it, other members who are still alive, where you used to meet up.
Meet with the other members for coffee afterward.
Like,
what on earth did we talk about? We must have found something. But I do remember a man, Benjiro. He ran the meetings.
Benjiro?
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
great.
How many people went to these meetings?
There were 6 of us. You already know about Leah and George and myself. The others are dead.
Who were they?
Does it matter?
Yes.
They're dead. Their souls were taken.
Even still, tell me.
Jeffrey Dutta, Heather Goffstein, Peter Fielding.
Okay, so she's probably Heather Goffstein, right?
All right.
Of course.
Like, that woman is obviously also in the group.
Leads me beside the still.
Okay. Anything else from you?
Yes.
Nope.
Well, of course.
Alright. Police station.
Officer Palm.
Yeah, what can...
Do you have any record of a Heather Goffstein?
Let me check.
Shouldn't she be destroyed? Yeah, actually, you're right.
Nothing on Heather Goffstein. Sorry.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about the death of a Mr. Peter Fielding?
Okay. Let's see. Yep, here he is.
Ah, keyboard noises.
Age 54, owned a fitness center in Murray Hill called Field's Gym. He fell off a ladder while fixing a light bulb in the locker room. Hit his head on the bench and bled to death.
Yikes.
Nobody found him for several hours. An ambulance was called and pronounced him dead at the scene.
Nothing more than that?
That's pretty open and shut. Accidental death.
Sure.
Do you have a record of a Jeffrey Dutta? He was killed in a hit and run.
Let's see. Yep, hit and run, like you said. Technically, the case is open, but nobody has any hopes that it will be solved.
I'm trying to find someone named Benjiro. He ran some kind of self-help circle called the Grace Group.
Let's see. No, nothing on file. Sorry.
Alright.
Well, I bet.
Sure.
Okay, so... Oh god. Heather... I'm gonna write this down. I'm not gonna be able to do this. This is pre-NSA. Is it? No, this would be post-NSA. I think the timeline for this game is like 2007. Okay, so... Roof Ghost and Heather?
If there's a connection...
Yeah. Alright, let's look some people up. Heather Goffstein. Huh. I'm gonna be honest, I really expected that to actually do something.
If the...
Okay. Oh, we got a new location, so let's follow the obvious thing. Look at you go. That is a pace. Look at him. Okay. I need some more water, so I'll just let you stare at this running person for a minute. Alright, and back. Dead on sprint forever? Yeah, yeah. Nope. Okay, can't look at that. Look at the window.
That's a pretty solid window.
That's a good window right there.
It seems to open with a key card.
Of course it does.
It says members only.
Of course it does.
It says looks nice and warm in there. It's a key card reader. Look, it needs a key card. Sticking.
What if we pour coffee on it?
I don't have much coffee left. I don't.
Damn.
It's a key card reader.
Okay. So we need a card. Oh, God, I keep forgetting we have a ghost. Okay, well, first things first, let's stomp on all the snow. See, this is actually part of the problem, is like all the other games, they used Joey like as a token, like to solve like one puzzle. But in the last game, especially this game, like all the puzzles effectively require you back and forthing.
I can't touch. Looks like that picture, Frank. A calendar with a marker pen attached.
What's
it's
7?
A number on the calendar. It's a number.
Okay.
Just a marker.
Oh, I like how this is like a techno remix of the opening theme.
She's sweating so much she didn't even notice. A TV showing some energy. What do you want me to do? Blow on it? Run, run, run like a hamster on a wheel.
No barriers.
Nobody here.
Hey, does it look right?
There we go.
Seriously, does it look right?
Does what look right?
The light bulb. I could swear it was blinking.
It looks fine to me.
Huh. Gotta do everything myself around here.
Oh, hi, author of the game. I recognize your voice now. I've heard it enough times.
Hey, friend, can we talk for a second?
Are you sure there's nothing wrong with that light?
I'm no expert, but it looks fine to me.
Well, what can I do for you?
Hey, is your name Peter Fielding by any chance?
That's me. Why?
No reason. You own this joint, right?
Yes, I do. My dad built it. You could say it's a family business. Been running it around 20 years. Seems like yesterday.
Get it? Running? It's just... okay, so what it is, it's this change room, the other change room, and then that room with 2 treadmills and a TV. That is the entire gym. That's it.
So what's the story with the lights?
I don't know. It's driving me crazy. There's something wrong with them. I can tell.
Well, like I said, they look totally fine to me.
I'll just have to keep checking.
Ninja Bat Stream. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I steal your joke, Pokemon Freak?
You got here.
Thanks. You looking to join?
No. I really don't think exercise is gonna do me much good.
It's amazing how many people think that. You're young. Your metabolism is still going strong. But time catches up with you before you know it.
You're preaching to the choir.
Come up with the same jokes? Well,
we're here if you need us.
Great minds think alike, fools never differ. You know.
Fine. Why?
You don't feel strange at all?
What do you mean?
Well, just hypothetically speaking, you don't feel like you're gonna explode?
What, like indigestion?
Not quite.
I am on a strict diet of wheatgrass shakes and fiber.
Oh no.
Indigestion is the last thing I have to
Oh no. Your poor toilet.
So, you run this place with your old man, huh?
Sort of. He built it when he left the army. I took over long ago.
So, you run this...
Sort.
Do you know Heather Goffstein?
You know Heather?
Kinda.
Wow, Heather. Haven't heard that name in a long time.
Tell me something about her.
Anything about Heather?
It's been a while. And I didn't speak to her much back in those days anyway. Sorry.
God damn it.
So tell me about yourself, Peter.
I'm the guy who's gonna kick your butt into shape.
Ah, well, we'll see.
Anything else?
Tell me, did you know Jeffrey Dutta?
You know Jeff too?
Not really, I just heard of him.
Good guy. Took care of my neighbor's dog when she was on vacation.
Do you know anything about Benjiro? Ran the Grace Group meetings.
Sure.
Well?
Funny. I can't think of anything to say exactly. It's been 20 years.
Sure, people forget things.
That's it exactly. I just didn't think it would happen to me so soon.
Must be all the wheatgrass shakes and fiber.
So there's this lady living in a rooftop apartment who might have died there. Do you know anything about that?
That's pretty vague.
Neighbor of George,
Yeah,
who
never
he does
mind.
know.
It was a long
Okay.
shot. Hey, I think I met a friend of yours, Father Michael Cooper.
You know everyone, don't you?
I get around.
Michael. Haven't heard that name in a while. How is he?
He's seen better days.
I'm sorry to hear that. He'll pull through. He always has.
Ever hear of the Grace Group? I understand you went to a few meetings.
You know about that?
Sure.
Wow. Well, yeah. I went to some meetings. It was all I needed.
Uh-huh.
Well, I wasn't the most focused of people back then. It's a long story, but in the end, I went to work with my dad running this place. It's been my life ever since.
About that.
So you're
Alright,
well,
so...
looks to be in his 50s? It's hard to say. He's got the hair of an older man, but the body that most guys in their 20s would envy. He obviously worked out religiously.
For all the good it did him, yeah.
I don't blow on fellow spook.
It goes back up.
Okay.
Hey, anyone in here? Anyone?
I'm even shocked that they let that... No, there it is.
Well, that was just... Looks like some kind of headshot photo. Probably someone famous who used... Let's see here.
Oh, there we go.
Tanya Corsi.
Tanya
Hey,
Corsi.
Wait a second. Is that... Yeah, that's the spook from George's roof.
Tanya Corsi. Okay.
So,
Peter? Peter Fielding?
Yeah, he's safe and sound. Spiritually speaking, anyway.
Huh. Michael was sure that Peter's ghost was taken.
Just between you and me, Michael doesn't look to be sure about very much.
Okay, what was her name? Tanya Corsi. Oops. Sorry about that.
Tanya was the host of the Good Morning Show. I remember hearing that they got a new host, but I didn't know this was the reason. Channel 11. I think their head office is in Penn Plaza. Can't hurt to ask.
It can't hurt. It's only like 11:30 p.m. and surely it's still open. Good morning show. Okay, no information about how she died. Alright, off we go.
So, have you heard of this Tanya Corsi person?
Tanya Corsi? Was she in the gym?
No, it's the name of our roof spook. Is she famous or something?
You could say that. She has a TV show.
I think you mean she
Yeah,
had
there we
a
go.
TV show. Let's get going.
Newsroom first? Maybe newsroom first. Why can't I...
I'd better not mess with...
Why can't I switch to ghost powers? The hell?
Not where someone can see me.
There we go. That was weird.
No point. You can't... He twitched a bit, but...
It's weird, because there's a television here. It's like preventing me from getting the menu pulled up, because it's a targetable object.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell. Do you work here?
Certainly do. Jim Peebles, senior producer. How can I help you?
Peebles?
So what do you do here?
I'm the head producer for the Good Morning Show with Kathy Carden.
Isn't that Tanya Corsi's old show?
Yes, it is.
It's pretty empty here tonight.
Yeah, well...
Look outside. The weather's horrible, and almost everybody commutes to work. Nobody can get in, so we're running on a skeleton crew.
Did you work here when Tanya was alive?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I'm looking into her death.
Wasn't it an accident?
That's why I'm looking into it, just to be sure.
Huh. Well, all right.
Okay, so now...
Do you know what...
I'm afraid I haven't...
Oops.
What can you tell me about Tanya?
I liked her. Some anchors think they're the be-all and end-all, but not her. She knew we were all in this together, and worked well with all of us. That's how you make a new show. Everyone needs to help each other.
Have you ever heard the name Benjiro?
Benjiro.
Okay.
Do you have a record of a Jeffrey Dutta?
Sorry.
Do you know anything?
No. Although you've reminded me, I haven't hit the gym in a while.
Oh, sweetie, it's been... It's... You can't just casually say that.
Do you know anything about the death of Heather Gopstein?
Who was she?
I'm not...
Well,
Can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Well, what you see is what you get. I started working at a copywriter's desk about 30 years ago. Worked my way up to producer. Been here ever since.
So you peaked at producer, huh?
There's the self-help circle that held meetings a long time ago. It was called the Grace Group. Ever hear of it?
Sorry, no.
Alright.
Well, thanks.
Sure thing.
Okay, that's all of the things. So we got a little bit of information. So now we can probably go straight to the apartment here. Swap to Joey. Out the door we go.
Hi there.
Hello again, mister. What brings you by?
You're Tanya Corsi, aren't you? You're in television.
I knew you'd get it. That's me, Tanya Corsi, host of the Good Morning Show on Channel 11. Now all the mystery is gone.
Well, not all of it.
Do you know a Heather Gopstein?
No.
Do you know a guy named Jeffrey Dutta? So, I heard you go to Peter Fielding's gym.
I do. Or rather, I did. After what happened to him, I just couldn't.
You mean his...
Death? Yes. So senseless.
Mm-hmm.
I met one of your producers, Jim.
What about him?
Oh, nothing. I was just wondering what you could tell me about him.
I don't spread gossip, mister.
Mister.
Except when I'm on the air.
Does the name Benjiro ring any bells?
Benjiro? Is that Japanese?
I believe so.
Sorry, I don't know it.
Okay.
So, Tanya, tell me about yourself.
You want to get to know the real Tanya Corsi. The Tanya that you don't read about in the tabloids and magazines?
If you'll let me.
I barely know you, Mr. Malone. Although if you swing by more often, you might learn a thing or two.
Also, when at some point they gave Joey like sexual energy, and I'm very conflicted about that.
Do you know a Michael Cooper?
I don't. Sorry.
Do you know anything about a self-help
Grace Group?
Well, Tanya.
Okay, so what did that get me?
Hi there.
Hello again. What brings...
Like...
You sure you can't tell me?
If you want to get to know him...
Uh-huh.
Come on, tell me something about yourself. Must be nice for someone like you to be asked a question for once.
You've been doing nothing but ask questions since you came in here.
Huh, fair point.
So that's no? Okay.
Well,
Okay, now we have to go to the cop shop and ask about her death. Right? Oh, it's so weird, just fucking looming in the stairway, or the alcove there. Jesus. Oops. No, whatever. Alright, back to the cop shop.
Officer Palm.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Tanya Corsi's death?
Tanya Corsi? What are you doing getting involved with her?
It's...
complicated. Yeah, I get it. Durkin warned me you might get weird. Anyway, there's not much to tell. She slipped in her shower and hit her head on the tub. She fell unconscious and she drowned. The coroner did an autopsy on her and found traces of whiskey and Valium in her system. Not a good combination.
She killed herself?
Depends who you ask, I
If
guess.
you believe the tabloids, then yeah. But the coroner says no. There wasn't much in her system to actually kill her, but it was enough to make her a bit clumsy.
So it was just an accident.
Allegedly.
Scene.
Is there anything in the system about a Jim Peebles?
This is building the city into a giant summoning circle. What a unique idea.
Whoever he is, he's clean.
Well, I bet.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know. Can we go back to her place now? And talk to her because we know how she died? Maybe that'll trigger something?
Hi there.
Hello? What bring?
Come on, tell
You.
No, nothing.
Well,
Tom.
no point.
I do wish this game had quick travel. It's one thing I wish it had. Maybe back to the newsroom to Dr. Peebles.
Hi.
Hello. What kind of...
Can you tell me anything?
Like I said, we...
Can you...
Me? It's not in...
Well, thanks.
Sure thing.
The hell do I do now? Grace School, maybe?
You return with news, I hope.
We found one of the great
there we go.
spooks, Peter Fielding.
I see. Is he still intact?
Yeah, he tried to get me to join a gym.
I thought as much.
You thought so. What do you mean?
You know as well as I do. A spirit cannot be moved from this world until it is spiritually ready. It would appear that is also the case here.
Huh. Huh. Interesting. I don't think they can be torn apart until they've been prepped. Like, they can't... Basically, whatever's tearing these people apart can't find them when they're stuck. So they're using me to effectively do the legwork for them, and then they're tracking them down. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Okay.
But what about George and Leah?
From my understanding, they were aware of their death when they were taken.
Yeah, they were.
Then there is your answer. They were spiritually ready to leave this world, and so were vulnerable. This Fielding, was it? He is a lucky soul indeed. Until he is made aware, he cannot be taken. Not by you, or by anyone else.
So wait, this is our fault?
Whatever do you mean?
Leah, George. Just by trying to save them, we destroyed them.
Fair.
I suppose. Yes, it
Yeah,
could be
okay.
seen that way. But please do not blame yourself. How could you have known?
Ignorance doesn't change anything.
Listen to
Didn't we meet a man with a typewriter
whoever
that
is
effectively had this
close.
exact
They
same
left long before
conundrum?
they died. All we can do now is move forward and save who we can.
So what? We just leave the spook to rot?
Of course not. It has been known for some spirits to become aware on their own. The right face, the right moment, anything can trigger it. And if that happens to Fielding, no. Our duty is to save him. And save him.
Couldn't we do something like get him aware, just jam him in, just push him towards the light, be like, no, no, no talking, go, go, go.
And we're not gonna let that happen. Not again.
It is a dilemma for certain.
You've been around the block a few times, so to speak. Nothing like this has ever happened to you before?
The destruction of the very essence of life. No. Such a thing is difficult to
I feel like that
contemplate,
would have come up in
and to
orientation.
witness it, even more so.
We need to...
Of course. In fact, I might have an idea along those lines.
Oh, good,
I must
thank
confer
God.
with my host. Please excuse me.
Wait, do we wait here? Or...
He's okay? Peter's really okay?
He is still deceased, but in all other respects, yes. He is as well as can be.
This changes everything. You have no
Does it?
idea. You two, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I never even considered that Peter's soul could be saved. And maybe Heather, too. Yes, Heather. If she wasn't taken, then her soul must still be lost.
And this is a good thing?
Of course. If a soul is merely lost, it still can be saved. And maybe so can mine.
This is all going to go perfectly.
So, what's your
Yeah,
plan?
Rip Father Michael.
We are approaching this from ignorance, and possibly from fear. Before I was trapped in the void, I was a spirit guide for a very long time. I can learn much from a spirit by looking at it, and talking to it. If Fielding's soul still exists, then it must be brought here.
And Heather. Heather's soul must still be out there.
And her as well, of course.
Of course. Let's go to the gym.
Fielding's spook is at the gym. It's not too far away. You can talk to him there.
Are you kidding? I step out of this circle, who knows what could happen? If I die, there's a good chance I'll be an aware spirit, just like Leah and George, and then...
Be at peace, my host. I would not ask you to do such a thing.
Well, thank heaven for that.
Besides, it is unnecessary.
There's no God here.
As you say, only spiritually aware souls are attacked. Since this Fielding is not spiritually aware, meeting him in his current state would be fruitless. We need to awaken him before I can determine anything about him.
Won't awakening these ghosts destroy him? Aren't we trying to avoid that?
Don't be absurd.
Good question.
We'll put them behind this circle. They will be safe there.
And how are we supposed to do that? Spooks like me can't enter the thing.
This might surprise you, Malone, but I did think of that. Come here. Take this.
What's this thing?
Call it a totem. It was made with some of my essence.
Sorry,
the
what?
circle was created in much the same
Gross.
manner, so it will make a perfect focus. When you awaken a spirit, use the totem to send them directly here. They will remain safely behind the circle until we can determine the next course of action.
So I'll be trapped in this circle with Peter and Heather's ghosts?
I am afraid so, my host.
Well, I suppose it can't be helped. And I guess it will be nice to see them again.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Peter? Anything that can help us?
No. Of all the people in our group, Peter was the one I spoke to the least. I think George once belonged to his gym, even took personal training sessions for a while. But George wasn't really the personal fitness type.
I need to know everything you can tell me about Heather.
Well, there was one thing. It was a confession of sorts, you see, and she trusted me.
What was it?
You don't understand. It was a confession. It might have been a long time ago, but it was still a sacred trust. I can't betray that trust. It goes against everything I believe in.
Don't you think that under the circumstances, she would understand?
I'm not sure God would.
Does it really matter?
Where's your
The
God
worst that
now?
can happen, you lose your soul.
My God, when you put it like that. Heather was a prostitute. She wanted to confess, but didn't feel right entering a church. She might have been Jewish, judging by her name, but I think she just wanted to speak to someone who understood.
Understood.
Someone who
Weird
had
detail to
been
put in there.
Someone who had had a life-changing revelation, like I did. I don't know what her revelation was, but she wanted to purge herself of her old life. So she asked if I could come to her apartment and listen to her. So I did.
Yeah, you did.
Remember where she lived?
I was a priest entering the house of a prostitute. It's not something you forget.
Judgy.
She lived by Tompkins Square Park. Here's the address.
I guess we should get going.
Then I do believe our talk is concluded.
Hey, Madeline?
Yes, my host.
It's all right.
All right.
Yeah, stay inside. It's cold out there.
I don't feel the cold, my host.
I know. Just stay, please. And thanks.
It is my pleasure, my host.
God, stop saying that. It's very uncomfortable. Okay. Moving on. Look at all the places we now have to manage. God. Okay. Oh, she's right there. That's convenient. No, don't. God damn it. Back in we go. Walking back and forth in the snow.
Whatever. The window doesn't open from.
Oh,
it
what's
just looks like
inside?
a hallway leading down.
Garden gate.
Pretty solid.
No way I'm getting through. Okay.
Hey,
Hi.
how do you get in?
Ah, hello, miss.
Answer my question. How do you get in?
Oh, the gate was open. Is that all right?
Sure, I guess. Just be sure to close it when you leave. I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay.
I guess
Sad
there's nothing
plants.
stopping me from doing that.
Those plants are barely clinging to life.
Dark and dusty. Must lead in.
Can I just go in?
Just a dark hallway. I can't see a.
There's nothing worth.
Okay.
Nice looking girl. I suppose that's an asset in her line of work.
Can we not shame the prostitute ghost? Please?
Excuse me, miss?
Oh, hi. What's up?
We're all doing our thing here.
You sure you should be out here?
Why shouldn't I be? It's perfect. It's so nice to finally have a night clear enough to enjoy
Yeah, he
this
might not be wrong, Pokemon Freak, but it's not coming from
Fair
a good
enough.
place.
Right. You live here?
I do. Why?
No reason, just making conversation. Is your name Heather Goffstein?
Oh, I see. You came from Ray.
Ray?
Of course. You did come from Ray, right?
Sure.
Ray. Him and me go way back.
No, I don't think you do. If you want a date, you'll need Ray's permission.
A date?
Isn't that why you're here?
No, not at all. I just want to talk.
Really?
Really?
Well, I suppose that's all right, but we should stay out here. If we don't go in the bedroom, then it's not a date.
Yeah, this game is significantly... Yeah, her manager, yeah. This game is significantly more challenging on a bunch of levels than the previous installments.
You don't seem terribly surprised that I'm here in your garden.
It is a bit strange you appeared out of nowhere, but hey, I'm used to men appearing on my doorstep. And for some reason, you seem safe.
Safe?
Yeah, just a vibe.
Huh. Thanks, I guess.
Okay.
Can you tell me about the Grace Group, Heather?
Grace Group?
Yeah. You were a member, right?
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Come on, think. You met in the basement of Grace Church.
What, like AA? I'm not an alcoholic, thank you.
Fair enough.
You ever go to the Carth House? Dumpy place in Chelsea.
I don't think so. Sorry.
Tell me about Father Michael Cooper.
Father Michael? Is he a priest or something?
Yeah, or something. He was part of the Grace Group.
I don't know him. Sorry.
Are you sure? He seems to know you.
You don't meet many priests in my line of work.
More than
if you do,
I would think.
You don't usually tell me.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you know a Tanya Corsi?
I don't think so. Sorry.
Do you know a guy named Benjiro?
I can't really say one way or the other. Sorry. I could get into trouble.
Do you know a guy named Peter Fielding? Runs a gym in Murray Hill.
I can't really say. I could get...
So, tell me a bit about yourself, Heather.
Can we not, please? Let's just enjoy the evening, okay? It's nice out here.
Sure. No problem.
Fair enough.
So,
Oh, I already did that one. Sorry. Jim Peebles.
You know a guy...
I can't talk. I don't want to get anyone into trouble. Especially...
So, tell me about this Ray character.
I really shouldn't. Ray is really exclusive with the clients we're given. I shouldn't have told you the name.
Okay.
I have it on...
I told you.
You...
I don't know. Please stop.
You...
I don't know. Please stop.
Do you know...
I don't...
Do you know...
I could get...
Do you know...
I could get...
Sorry, I'm just going over
Can
this
we-
twice.
Sure.
Just make sure.
Do you know...
I can't... I don't...
So...
Ray...
Well, Heather...
Sure. I'd leave...
Can I use a totem?
She needs to be spiritual.
Oh, okay, right. Huh. Ray plus pimp? Sure, I mean... Ray... Anything new in my email? No.
Heather Goffstein. She worked for Ray, and now she's dead. They both worked for the Good Morning Show.
Alright.
Hey,
We're gonna have enough to make this dude aware.
So I'm told that you give personal training sessions.
Yeah, you interested?
I sure am.
Well, I don't have the time right now, but I can probably pencil you in. Just gotta check the schedule outside. How about next Tuesday, say 11 a.m.?
Sure, I think I could swing that.
Great. Here's my number in case you need to reschedule. You got a phone?
Ah, no. Well, I'll just remember it.
Okay. 646-555-0425.
Thanks.
Great. See you then. And by the
Okay.
way, when you come to our session, don't wear a suit.
Hey, this is Peter. You know what to do.
Okay. Suits are such a turnoff. What do we do next? We don't know enough information about Heather to be able to do anything with her yet. We can call that dude's phone, but what does that do for us? The priest again? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you know what? He is probably he is the hub point of this, right? So, yeah, that's probably not unreasonable.
Ha! You're kidding me.
I am not. You will find out for yourself one day.
Hey, good to see you guys again. Madeline here was just telling me the funniest story.
My host, please.
Right, sorry.
Oh, I just realized that Father Michael, I'm pretty sure, is voiced by the same person that does Joey.
Father Michael?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there anything?
No, I think, but
Okay.
Is there?
I just...
You knew?
Yeah, he looked like a street, but that was George. He only put effort into the things he cared about. The grace...
I heard he became an art dealer.
Yeah, none of us could believe it. George, least of all. He always used to say that he would never have discovered his calling on his own, and he would have wasted his entire life not knowing. I used to feel the same way.
Leah was part of the Grace group, right?
It was over 20 years ago, but yes. She was a secretary at the time, I think. She was childhood friends with George Austin, and she brought him to the meetings, hoping to help him out. Turns out it helped both of them. She quit her job and joined the police force. She said the Grace group helped her find her way. I suppose until now, it did.
So are we gonna circle back to the part where the police chief is in on this whole thing?
My God, I heard what happened. Madeline told me that her soul passed on peacefully? That she's where she is supposed to be?
Yes, she's fine.
I see. You have my thanks for that.
Are you familiar with Emil Haskins? Leah's ex-husband?
Sadly, no. Leah and I lost touch years ago. I didn't know she had even married in the first place until recently. But I feel for him. Do you know, there's no word for a parent who loses a child. The prospect is so unthinkable, we can't even name it.
Wait. Huh. 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 I've never thought of that. Because we have, like, widow for when your spouse dies. You have orphan for when your parents die. But we don't have a word for that. That's... Huh.
Do you recognize Peter's phone number?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Did Heather ever talk about Ray? Her, boss?
Sadly, no. I'm sorry.
Do you know?
No.
I guess...
That's far...
Oh, come on. It's me.
Sorry. Bestower or no, get back.
I didn't... Okay. Alright, bud.
Hey, this is Peter.
Wait, oh wait. Also talk to Madeline, I guess?
I am intrigued, my host. Most in your position would find their faith quite shaken.
Really? For me, it's just the opposite. Your presence here, everything... I mean, you're dead. And so is Joey here. You're not just figments of my imagination. It proves that the soul exists. We don't just shut off when we die. There is something at our core. Something...
I suppose that is...
It is the only...
Okay. Thank you.
Madeline?
Yes.
I've always wondered, just who are you?
Pardon?
Where'd you come from? Who you were before...
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Tell me one thing. Have you ever asked your spirit guide the same question?
Yeah.
Has he ever given you a satisfactory answer? Precisely.
Joey told me about how you helped him out of the void.
We helped each other.
Well, even still, if you weren't there, well, I don't know what would have happened.
The hole in the universe caused by the severed link would have consumed you. Your mind would have collapsed under the pressure, leaving you a raving madwoman.
Right.
Cool.
Well, thanks.
My pleasure.
I'm sure that won't come up again.
You once told me that you knew my Auntie Lauren.
After a fashion. While in the void, I could reach out to the mortal world in dreams. The minds of other bestowers were the most receptive.
Huh? If that's true, how come she never mentioned it?
Sadly, the memories of our meetings faded as she woke.
I'm glad they're covering that, or at least touching on that, because that was not touched on in the second game.
You have to understand, she was dreaming while we conversed. Her mind wasn't entirely lucid.
So you can't tell me anything?
Nothing that would make any cognitive sense.
Do you know what happened to them? To Auntie? To my grandmother? They both went insane. They spent years sedated in a hospital. Do you know why?
I do not. I felt their minds when they went, but that is all I know.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the same thing will happen to me? What happened to my aunt and grandmother, I mean?
I am sorry, I do not know. But I do believe your chances of safety are high.
You really think so? Why?
I told you. While I was in the void, I could sense their minds. I could sense yours as well. You are stronger than they were.
I'm stronger?
Not physically, or even mentally, but emotionally, yes. Your grandmother fled the duty. Your aunt performed it with only the greatest reluctance. But you have embraced it, thrived in it.
Well, it's what I do.
Thrived is a strong word.
Do you know when...
Apology.
I guess...
Of course.
Okay. So I don't think we got any more useful information out of that. Did we? Well, police station again?
Officer Paul.
Yeah.
Could you look up another phone number for me?
I suppose I can, within reason.
I'm trying to track down someone who Leah knew. The number is 646
Aha! I found it.
425.
Alright, give me
Welcome back, Taser.
That phone is registered to a unit in Murray Hill. Here's the address.
Yay! I solved the puzzle.
Prostitution? Is this related to Leah's case?
I don't know. It could be.
This just gets better and better. Anyway, Ray, let's take a look.
Wait, seriously?
Okay, the name Ray definitely comes up in the Vice Department database. There was a raid on a bar called Vantini a few years ago, and someone named Ray was taken in for questioning. No charges were made.
Just Ray, no last name.
No. Whoever Ray is, that's his full legal name.
Oh, cool. He's
anyway,
a share.
Here's the address of the bar if you need it.
Thanks.
Sure.
I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect Ray to actually give me a result
Well,
there.
I better go. Thanks for the help.
You know,
Sure.
entire city of New York, they only have one Ray in their entire Vice database. Which one first? Leave it to the police to know about prostitutes? Yeah.
Coming. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Who are you?
Who's asking?
I'm a friend of Peter's.
So?
So I was hoping we could talk about him?
Funny. I was hoping to be left alone tonight. Guess who wins?
Why is nobody ever happy to see me?
Dunno. It can't be your copious amount of social grace.
Let's try it. Try it one more time.
Coming. You again? What is it this?
I'm looking into Peter Fielding's death. Did you know him?
Look, I'm done. I've got my own problems. Just leave me alone.
Charming woman, like a hedgehog, but without the winning personality.
Alright, fine. In you go, Joey.
It's a painting of a young woman. That's a painting of a country home. I can't. Yuck. After seeing the state of this joint, she looks like she shivered a bit, but no other.
Ugh, coming. You again? What is it?
This is Peter Fielding's apartment. Why are you living here?
Because I do? Now, please leave.
Ugh.
Ugh. You again? What is it?
We really need to talk. It's very important.
Well, I really need to get to watching this movie.
Why does she keep answering? I have no idea.
Ugh.
I was really hoping to not have to invoke the police for this, but here we are.
You again? What is it this time?
I'm working with the police.
And?
And I need to ask you a few things.
I've already told the cops everything. I wasn't there. Just leave me alone. Ugh, come. You again? What is it?
You know what? Never mind.
You know what? Suits me fine.
Oh, a little fun, grumpy rhyming. That's good.
She looks like she stopped.
Okay. So we're not doing this part yet. We need something to break her psych lock. All right.
Can't see much, but it looks inviting.
I can't see much.
Have you been drinking, kid?
I'm not drunk.
Could have fooled me.
Will you look at this, Denise? Someone brave.
Hi, one of the Golden Girls.
Well,
Looks
brave or
you're like a blend of B.
Right.
Arthur and oh, what the hell is her name? One of the other ones. The names are escaping me right now. Okay, sorry, here's an achievement.
What the? Red, do you see that? Whoa! Huh? Where the hell am I?
Whatever this place is, it's not kosher.
I think we're in space. Are we in space? Because this really looks like space.
Does that mean you guys will implode? Because that would be awesome. I mean tragic. Definitely tragic.
Trust me, we're not in space. You lot are missing the bigger picture. The question isn't where we are, but why are we here?
That's a question that's been asked since the beginning of time.
That's not the point, mate. Think about it. I'm thinking that I
Woof,
wish I
that
still had
English
my
accent sure is something,
What
huh?
about you, little guy? Can't you fly out there and bring back help?
I don't fly. I hover.
I can totally fix that.
I'm pretty good with robots.
You want a jetpack? I gave Hero a jetpack once. He's due to re-enter orbit any week now.
No.
This is a meta
Nobody
joke,
messes
absolutely.
around inside me except the boss, or Shiny Guy
Bloody
Noise.
hell, stop and think for a blasted minute. Why are we here? What led us here?
Oh my god, that English accent.
Led you here? Everything's connected. All things have a pattern that can be followed. So, what's our pattern? You lost me, pal. Sorry. No, wait, I think I get it. You're saying that there's some circuit that's connecting us all.
Something like that. Sure.
That's all great, but that still doesn't tell us what this place is.
Whatever this place is, it's not kosher.
I think we're in space.
Okay, and we've
In
looped.
space?
There we go.
Because this really looks like space. That was interesting.
I don't know who that woman is, but it's dedicated to someone named Mistress B.
It's a bunch of hearts. Can't really say anything.
Okay. Well, that was something.
They've got a pretty varied selection. My criteria for picking out wine is has pretty label and under 20 bucks. Hi.
Hey, what can I get for you?
Oh, shit, hold on.
Damn it. Why can't they fix the drafts in this crappy place?
Same wine criteria I use. Yeah, I aim for an under 15
No
myself.
reaction. But to be fair, she's so drunk she probably wouldn't react to the building falling down.
It's a little judgy.
Hi.
Hey,
So what can you tell me about this place?
it's old, quiet. I like it that way.
Really?
Yeah, I work on my thesis most nights. Honestly, I'm surprised a big place like this can stay open. It's always empty.
It's a front.
Do you know Ray?
Ray?
Yeah, is he here?
No, he is not.
I better not drink.
How about a coffee or something?
No thanks, I already have one.
I see.
Do you know Heather Goffstein?
Sorry, I don't.
Alright, let's talk to the old drunk woman.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm looking for Ray. Do you know where I can find him?
Ray, huh? And why would you be looking for Ray?
I need to talk to him. I can't go into specifics, but it involves a woman who worked for him.
Worked for him, In what capacity?
She was a working girl, Heather Goffstein. She worked for Ray, and now she's dead.
I see. Worked is the appropriate word, I suppose. Heather left my employ a long time
Oh, you're Ray, huh?
Your employee?
Yes. You want to speak to Ray? She's right in front of you. The former Rachel Mendez at your service.
Huh.
Well, best
Cool,
of-
we'll get back to that. Emergency exit. What's this?
Hey, you can't go out that way. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. You can go upstairs.
Some vintage posters of a German crooner. Looks to be 50.
Okay.
A painting of a woman in Victorian.
Cool.
Some vintage post.
Cool.
No. I've been walking nonstop for 2 straight nights in the snow. I don't want to see how I look. Looks like the kind of. I'm not here to sit. Looks comfortable.
That is not
Shame I'm
a
here for fun.
sofa. That is a chaise lounge. Thank you very much. Alright.
Hi.
Rosangela, was it? How goes it?
So you work here?
Not directly, but I suppose I'm as much a fixture here as anything else.
So Heather worked for you. Can you tell me about her?
It's been, gosh, several years. I'm afraid I can't tell you much. She was very young, very pretty, slightly lost, perhaps, like many of my girls. She's really dead? How did it happen?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Is this a police matter?
Not directly. I'm working with them, but I'm pretty much on my own.
Well, in that case, ask me whatever you like.
Healthy disrespect for the police. I like this woman.
You said Heather was your employee. Could you explain?
Just that. She packed up and left.
And you were okay with that?
You think I would drag her back against her will? Absolutely not. And what would be the point? I replaced her the next week. It's the nature of this business. Some girls try the life, discover it's not for them, and then leave.
This woman is surprisingly easygoing about her pimping.
Them alive. But occasionally, with luck and persistence, one can flourish. Like I did.
Did Heather have any enemies? An obsessive client or anything?
I suppose anything is possible, but not likely. I screen our clients very carefully, and I keep very careful records.
How does this business work exactly?
There's no bedroom upstairs, if that's what you are asking. I own several apartments in the city. I give the girls room and board in exchange for the money they receive. Some of them skim, hell, all of them skim, but I make sure to treat them well. They treat me well in return.
If you kept careful records, does that mean you have a list of Heather's clients somewhere?
No. I'm sorry, but no.
Okay.
I really need that client list.
Absolutely not. I give a premium product, and our clients expect a premium service.
Fair.
Privacy is part of that service. That client list stays in my office where it belongs.
Oh yeah, where's your office?
Don't you want to know what happened to Heather? That client list could help.
You have no reason to suspect one of her clients had anything to do with it. You can't even tell me how she died. I won't betray my client's trust based on a flimsy guess.
I really need that client.
Absolutely. I give a privacy that...
I could bring in the police.
I'd like to see you try. Every few years they try and raid this place, make a show of getting tough. But nothing sticks. I make sure of that.
Alright.
Well, I guess that's... Sorry I can't. For what it's worth, I liked Heather. I'm sad she's dead.
Another, like, really good
Her
character
memory
portrait.
is in order. Care to join me?
Thanks, but no.
More for me then. Denise, one gimlet, please. You know how I like it.
Of course it's a gimlet.
Better not.
Hey, Joey.
How odd. Denise, could you get that for me?
Is there somewhere back there I can, like, is there something to this? Oh, I guess. Okay. Position you over here. Joey.
Must I define?
Must you be pedantic?
Oh, Denise.
Out we go. There we go. Ah.
Damn it. It's locked from the inside.
Oh, that's awkward. So there's an achievement here that I have to figure out. Okay, rag. Her name is even B. Is it actually?
It's now a puddle of foul, coffee-flavored water, but at least it's melted.
Then rag.
I think I got it all, but I'm not carrying around this wet rag. Good thing there's a dumpster here.
Climb the dumpster.
Okay, you can do this. Let's see.
What's your upper body strength here?
First try.
Yeah, just one-handing it. You, this woman who does not exercise, eat well, or do anything.
It's hard to see. I shouldn't play around on this fire escape. It's hard to.
You know, we've been through a lot, you and I. But sneaking into the secret office of a known flesh peddler, this tops the list.
They're called madams, you jerk.
These look like pictures of celebrities and politicians. I don't recognize many of them, but holy crap! Is that Kennedy? Pictures of young girls. I guess they all work for Ray. Is that? Yes, it's a painting of Ray. A much younger Ray, but still Ray. Okay, let's see here. Client list, client list. You're kidding me.
What?
It's a text file, clientlist.txt.
And that's good?
Good for us. All I need to do is transfer the file to this memory stick.
Oh god, what a world that this is, where you have a phone that can just take a USB stick.
Some security.
I guess with this secret door and paying off the police, she didn't feel the need for any more.
That and she's a bit old. She might not know a lot about computers.
Huh.
Ages.
I can relate.
I shouldn't disturb Ray's thing.
Well, look at them then.
Numbers and addresses.
Where's the exit take us?
Ahem.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I was just looking for the bathroom. Is it up here?
The bathroom. In the office, behind the secret panel.
Yes.
I've been meaning to glue that window shut. I suppose I should thank you. But first, give me that memory stick.
Here.
Thank you. Now get your coat and leave.
And I'd almost gone a full 3 hours without a restraining order.
Well, the night's still young.
And I need another cup of coffee.
Okay, so we need to go somewhere. Let's go back to Heather. So we can look at our phone. And look at... Oh, we got a new email. Reach out again. I'm aware that this is a subject. Da-da-da-da. I've heard to print your end. Must take the proper steps. Please contact me. Okay, cool. Client list. Okay. And Jim?
James Peebles is listed as being a client of Ray's, and the girl he saw was Heather Goffstein.
Awkward.
Wow, this just got juicy.
There we go. Oh, that was it. That was the one connection I had to do with that list, huh? Okay. Well, I guess we go talk to this, like, weird Republican-ass looking dude.
Hi, Mr. Peebles?
Hello. Rosangela, was it? What can I do for you?
Jim, gosh, this is awkward.
What is it?
I know that you were involved with a woman named Heather Goffstein.
Cough, cough, cough.
And Heather is dead. I was wondering if you had anything to say about that.
Just what are you
No.
implying?
Who would say, oh, yeah,
Well,
hold on.
I don't see what business my personal life is of yours. So unless you've got something more substantial than a younger man's bad choices, then please leave it alone.
So about...
I told you.
Can you tell me...
Me? Stop.
Do you know a madam who calls herself...
That's not really the kind of thing our show reports on. So I can't really...
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank...
Sure.
Okay. Maybe we talk to Heather now about the specific guy, right?
Excuse...
Oh, what's up?
So, tell me about...
Ray?
Do you know a guy named Jim...
I can't talk. I don't want to get anyone...
God damn it.
So...
Can we... Let's just...
Sure. Well, Heather?
Sure.
Okay, back to cop shop, maybe? To look up Mr. Peebles? God, this game has a lot of back and forthing.
Officer Palm.
Yeah.
Peebles.
Is there anything in the system about a Jim Peebles?
Let's see. Nope.
So you don't.
Nope.
Do you have?
Let me check. Nope. Nothing.
There are times. Well, I.
Sure.
Hey, this is Pete.
What do we do next? What is next? Like, we got all the information we're going to get out of the madam. Like, we can't even go back there. We don't have any more information, I think, to be able to harass the woman at the Fielding's address. Do we? I guess I could go back to talk to him and see who's living with him, maybe? Seems like a weird line of questioning, but we can try it. To the guy.
Hey.
Hey, man.
So who's that lady living in your apartment? Girlfriend, maybe?
For the record, I am currently single and happy about it. And I think I'd notice if there was a random woman living in my apartment.
Sorry, must have been the wrong place. Say, can we reschedule that training session we set up?
Sure, we can do that.
But maybe I have to land it on the 7th or whatever.
Monday at 3 p.m. is free.
Sure, so
great. Don't forget to breathe, Lisbeth. Always important.
It's a number.
So we want, I guess this is Saturday. Game's being very presumptuous.
Hey.
Hey, man. Sure. I've got a slot free next Thursday.
Sure.
Great. Pace yourself, Lisbeth. This isn't a race.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Say.
Sure.
I don't know if I have to keep doing this or what.
I've got a slot free next Thursday.
Sure.
Great.
Okay, that's the same
Pace
thing from
yourself,
before.
Lisbeth. This isn't a race.
Looks like that TV showing some. Can we talk?
Uh-huh.
You wanna get a?
I'm not exactly dressed for.
You wanna?
I'm-
Jim Peebles seems like a decent.
Because he works late into the night?
Huh.
Ugh, coming. You again? What is it this time?
Nothing.
You know-
Alright. So yeah, we don't have
know
enough for
what?
her yet. Or for Peter. Oh, from Detective Palmer. Great, fantastic. Okay, why don't I actually look up some other names, like Peter Fielding. Dang it. Sorry about that. That's not how you spell his name. Okay. Who's the other guy? Oh, he's not even on here. There used to be a third guy. What if I just Google Benjiro? No, okay, that'd be too easy.
No answer.
Cool, okay, that's fun. I don't know what I have to do next. Okay, actually, hold on. I've got one more. Joy. I haven't talked to this woman in a while. Maybe something about Jim's indiscretions will come up. Because we've still got this note here and a door we can't open.
Hello again, mister. What brings...
You sure you can't tell?
If you want to get to know...
Do you...
Ray?
I think Ray...
That's more of a late night news. We're all about the rain...
Do you...
No. But...
Nope. Does that...
Sorry.
Come on.
You...
Huh, fair... Do you know... Do you know...
So... Ray screw...
Well, Tanya, I have to get...
Huh. Locked.
Can I look at my notes for a second? Sure. Is there something I can combine in here that I hadn't already done?
Heather Goffstein. A James Peebles is listed. He was part of the... If there's a connection... This Benjiro person.
I might be able to talk to Jim. Okay. I thought I hit everything with him, but we can try.
Hello. What kind of...
There's the...
Sorry.
There are times... Do you know...
I'm afraid I...
Can you tell me...
Like I said...
Have you ever...
Benjiro.
Do you know anything about...
No. Although you've reminded me, I haven't...
So...
I told you.
Can you tell me...
Me? I started work...
Do you know...
That's not... So I...
No. I have nothing new I can say to him. Who am I missing? What one thing have I not said or done?
I don't have to... It's pretty empty.
Tanya's next. I've already asked everything of Tanya. Like, I literally went down the list and threw everything at her. So if I need to talk to Tanya, there's some other detail that I don't have. In case I'm blind, you don't still have the client list clue? I do not. I also realized I forgot to walk around in the snow, so I missed that one. Thankfully, I'm allowed to miss one. So yeah, I don't have the client list anymore. Alright, you know what? Let's look at quick the walkthrough. Flashback, police station, Grace Church, Piero's house. Yeah, the Wired Abacus, Exeter House, second flashback, George Austin, Grace Church, Grace School, the Heather case. I'm 3 steps from her. Speak for her and tell her what you know. So, okay, I combined the clues to get Jim. Then I confronted him. I did that. Turn to Tanya. Speak with her and tell her what you know. That's the part that, like, I don't know what I don't know here. Hmm. There's stuff to do in the bad apartment? Yeah, I just saw that. Huh. Yeah, let's try this one more time.
Huh.
Hi there.
Hello? What bring?
You sure you can?
If you want to get.
Do you know what?
No.
You sure you can?
If you want.
Well,
Ta.
Game's busted. Oh no, have I soft locked? Why? Well, I can't seem to trigger something. Is it Miko, Elaine? Maybe you can tell me if you want to give me a hint here. So, I'm trying to finish off the Heather line of questioning. I got the client list and combined it with Jim for the James, and then I talked to James and ran through all those dialogues as much as I could. And then looking at the had to tend a baby, I understand. Go to Jim and extort him on something? Okay, I guess we can go talk to Jim again and just... Jim isn't triggering, yeah. We can't proc Jim.
Hi.
Hello, what kind of...
Can you tell me about...
Me started working...
So about...
I told...
So about...
I told... That's so I can't... Me,
Can you tell...
me, start...
Have you ever heard the...
Benjiro. Ben...
Can you tell me...
Quite frankly, Micah, at this point, I would love a direct thing because...
Do you know...
I know, like, I'm literally reading a tutorial. Like, I'm reading a guide as to what I'm supposed to do here, and it's not triggering. So... need to know where you're at with the sister. Sorry, the who? Heather was the prostitute.
I might be back later.
Sure thing. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, this guy. So I went to Valtini's, and I did the whole Valtini's thing. I got the client list, and got kicked out of Valtini's. Then I took the client list and combined it with Jimmy Boy here, and found out he was a client, and Heather was... Yes, I did the office upstairs. It's not still on my phone somewhere, is it? I don't know. It would be in here. Yeah, I did the bar. I've done all of the bar. We need to talk about Heather's other persona. Okay, other persona. That's interesting. What other persona?
No, I don't... I can't see any connection.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about before she got famous? You mean Tanya? Like the news anchor woman? Try to link Heather and Tanya. Okay, Tanya and Heather.
If there's a connection, I don't see it.
Nope, I cannot.
No connect.
Okay, I'm just gonna read through the Heather case thing here. Go through the gate, talk to Ray, go to the police station. Ask about Ray to get to the bar. Do everything with Ray. Switch to Joey. Blow over the glass. And go outside, yep. Take rag, do coffee, wipe puddle, climb dumpster, jump ladder. Break in window. Use computer, leave office, return to gym. Enter gym, look at photo of celebrity on wall. You did that. Look until you get close up, which I think I did because that got me Tanya's name. Leave gym and return to Jordan Dawson building and speak with Ghost. Talk to Tanya, exhaust all dialogue options and notes. Switch to Rosa. Rosa. Google her. Did that. Go to newsroom. Talk to Jim about stuff. Mention Heather. Bring up phone after exiting conversation. Combine things. Confront Jim again. Did that. Leave and return to Tanya. Speak with her and tell her what you know. That one's not triggering. No, I did not get the note from her floor. I don't know how to get that. Yes, Joey, I already blew it, though. I don't know what else to do with it. I tried blowing it at the door. He said that's as far as it goes. Okay, I'll try that a third or fourth time now. Okay. I'd be irritated if I've been able to do this the whole... Did you read it? It was too dark? Oh, no, it was too dark, but we blew it closer to the window, which is now in the light. Now I can read it. That was the missing link.
It says, I know about Heather, and it's signed by someone named...
There we go. Now we can do all
Hi
the
there.
things.
Hello? What?
I know about... Do you know
About what?
this note? The one on your floor.
I have no idea. It has nothing to do.
There we go. That was the
What's it doing
thing.
here?
I have no
Fucking
idea.
adventure games.
Okay, okay, relax. The note is signed J. Who's J?
I have no idea, and I don't know anything about any note.
You sure you can't
If you want to...
Is there anything... Did you ever...
No.
Oops.
Do you...
No.
Come on.
So, I don't...
Okay. Now Rosa can search about her. About who? Sorry, about Heather? Or about Tanya? Because I could search about her before.
Are you sure?
No, please.
Well...
Tanya, okay. We will research Tanya again. Tanya, what the hell was her last name? Or something. Tanya Corsi. Yeah, so she's dead. Have I met Heather? Heather the call girl, yes. This is a weird combination of things to get whatever this has to trigger. This is an obtuse combination.
Excuse me.
Oh, what's up?
Do you know what...
I don't think.
So... Sure. Do you know what...
I can't. I don't want to get any...
Okay. You got the client list? No, I already used it to find out that Jim was on it.
Well, Heather...
Sure.
Jim next? Sure. Let's try Jim again. Okay.
No point.
Okay, this is by far the most irritating part of this game.
Hello, what kind...
There we go.
Jim, I know everything.
Sorry?
I know who Heather is and what she did for a living. I also know that you procured her services. There was a note in Tanya's apartment that
We already did it! We already talked to him about this. He admitted to... Oh my
Do you
god.
really expect me to believe that now?
No, I don't.
Tell me about your involvement with Heather.
God, it was over 25 years ago. Working the late shift, sleeping during the day. Who has time for a social life? So, yes, I found other ways to meet my needs. Heather was one of them. I'm not proud of it, but I make no excuses for it either.
You said it was 25 years ago, so you stopped seeing her.
She quit the business. I didn't know what happened to her until she walked in that door. The new face of Good Morning.
Wait.
Tanya Corsi.
Tanya?
Wait.
Yeah, the name was different. The hair was different. The
Wait.
whole attitude was different. But I knew.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
What? How are there two ghosts? That's concerning. Wait, hold on. Am I suddenly playing Among Us? Two personality. Oh, neat. Okay, okay. Heather and Tanya are the same person. Heather and Tanya, they're the same person. Heather and Tanya are one and the same? I like this
Heather
one.
and Tanya are the same person?
You didn't know? Isn't that what all this is about? She reinvented herself. Changed her looks. Got a gig as a weather girl.
Yeah,
Worked
very
her way
sus.
up to this newsroom.
Very sus.
Worked here for years and never knew who I was until I told her.
Until you blackmailed her, you mean?
Look, 30 years I've been here and I haven't moved from this damn desk. I saw an opportunity.
I did wonder about that. He basically climbed his way up to this producer role and then just stopped.
Expose her past. I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect her to go home and for that to happen. They said she fell in the shower because she was drunk, but she was only drunk because of me. So what now?
It's up to you, buddy.
Completely up to you. I'm not going to do anything.
You're not.
I got
Heather was trying to do keys, and yeah, Tony was trying to do keys, and Heather ganked her. Yeah, she was doing the defense grid.
Getting into fortune cookies?
I'm only thinking of getting my coffee refilled.
That's my girl, always planning ahead.
Okay, now let's go talk to Tanya.
So what exactly happened? Tanya, Heather, whoever, she split? She killed off her past so thoroughly that it became its own ghost?
Neat.
I suppose so.
I didn't know ghosts could do that.
What? You read the rule book? Because I sure haven't. If we got a split spook on our hands, we gotta put him back together.
Neato. Joey is complicated. I want to like Joey, but then every once in a while he says something that's just awful. I was like,
Hi there.
Hello again.
And I'm reminded that he's supposed to be problematic. All right.
Listen, Tanya, I know who you are.
We've already covered this, haven't we?
No, I mean who you really are. You're Heather Goffstein, or at least you were.
I told you, I don't know any Heather.
Tanya.
I don't know any Heather because Heather is gone. Heather is dead. She doesn't exist anymore. She can't.
I'm sorry, Tanya, but she does.
What do you want? Money? A promotion? Like Jim?
No, I just want you to come with me. There's someone you need to meet.
I don't have a choice, do I? Fine. You don't.
I mean, actually, you do.
This. Peter didn't just teach me how to do Pilates. Take me anywhere funny, and you'll be looking at a broken nose.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Why are we going out there?
Just trust me.
Trust you. That's rich. You. I saw you on the roof earlier. Are you in league with this man?
Kind of?
2 blackmailers instead of 1. This is just great.
Okay.
Where the hell are you taking me?
Just follow us, okay?
Can I at least
Wait, hold on. So how is this gonna work with the whole soul being torn apart thing?
She means that they'd never come in this weather. It's better to walk. Come on.
All right.
Where are we going?
It's just up this way.
Wait. I know this building.
Something new. Well, yeah. I guess they're getting quarantined
Back when I was...
for a bit.
Why did you bring me here? Whatever you brought me here for, get on with it.
In we go.
Tanya, there's someone you need to meet.
There's nobody here I want to see, I assure you.
Even still, I just need you to follow me. Then we can forget about this whole thing.
Fine.
Hey, Heather?
Hey, who's your friend?
What is this?
What?
Answer me.
Heather Goffstein? Who are you?
No. No. This is insane. I'm going insane.
Sorry?
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't exist.
What's your problem?
My problem? My problem is that I hate you.
Dang.
Me? You don't even know me.
I destroyed you. I got rid of your name. I got rid of
This
your
is some
hair.
Saint Rose
I got rid
force.
of your face. I
I've never played a Saints Row, so I'll take your word for
Get
it.
rid of me that easily.
No kidding. For 20 years, I was free of you. And now you come breezing back.
Breezing back? From where?
First Jim wanted a promotion, and now this idiot here wants... I don't know what!
I don't want anything.
That's bull.
Huh? You be quiet. Hey!
Stop that!
Look at each other. You're the same person.
Okay,
Give or
they
take
should
20
absolutely
years.
should have done something fun there, like
I don't think
I don't know, some kind of tongue
Tanya,
twister.
What happened when you got Jim's note?
What note?
It's too late to deny it.
Nothing happened. I just wanted to forget.
Forget what?
Forget you. Forget this whole life I left behind.
Why? Why are you so ashamed of me? All this life, it's a part of who you were, who you become.
Will I ever be free of you?
Do you really want to be? I'm not a bad person. I'm just kinda lost. I know we'll find my way eventually. Isn't that the important thing? Well, isn't it?
Look at you. I really was beautiful once.
I mean, you're still pretty good looking, all things considered. I mean, you're dead, that's kind of a problem, but...
You okay?
Okay. I haven't felt this good in years. It's like an espresso and a colonic all at once.
Yikes.
Speaking of which, you can take your blackmail threat and shove it. And I'm gonna tell Jim the same thing. Maybe it'll end my career, or maybe it'll give me a book deal. Either way, I'm tired of hiding.
Tanya, listen.
No, I'm not Tanya anymore. Tanya died.
We just went through this.
She what?
We...
I do love that they always cut the music and do the wind thing.
With a vodka chaser.
That's a lot of Valium.
You're not really a blackmailer, are you?
No, I'm not.
I'm dead?
That's a lot of Valium, actually.
If I'm dead, why do I feel sick to my stomach?
Listen, there's no time to explain. Just grab a hold of this.
What?
Just do it. That was interesting.
Did it work?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, look who's here. Heather's safe and sound.
Well...
Safe. You were always an optimist, Michael.
Sorry, I know this is not exactly the reunion we expected after all this time. But you have no idea. I thought you were... Well, I explained that already.
So...
Oops.
Madeline, you got your spook. What have you learned?
It is interesting. This spirit is experiencing what would be considered nausea in a living person.
This spirit? I do have a name.
Apologies. She is being pulled. There is the signature of another spirit at work.
A signature?
Yes, I can see it. It is faint, but I can see it. Only the power of this circle is stopping it from gaining a foothold. Unfortunately, it is too faint for me to see anything useful. And we dare not lower the circle. I need to examine another soul. One that is marked like this one.
And by another soul, you mean Peter, don't you?
Peter? Peter Fielding?
Yes, his soul is still out there.
I see.
Alright, so... I guess that's resolving Heather's case. It is 12:15. I need to go to sleep. So I guess, yeah, we got one more episode out of this. I mean, I could probably get through the game in about 15 minutes if I just followed the walkthrough, but that's not what we want. I only pulled up this walkthrough because I missed one very important step in all of that, which was look at note in light, which was not very obvious to me. Well, that's okay. Yeah, because I thought I'd have to blow the note out the door, and maybe I'd throw a brick through the glass because we already did that once before, and the game set up some expectations that it did not deliver on. So, okay. I knew I could blow the note. I blew the note. But when I looked at the note the first time, I thought it had been burnt. Like, it was dark. Like, the paper was black, so I thought it had, like, been in a fire. Not, it was too dark to actually read. Anyways. The only thing that Joey does in this game is blow. No, he also tie. And now he can totem. That was stated very poorly. That's my point. Like, if it had been worded, if he had said something like, I don't know, if there had been any lead on, like, getting light on it or something. I know it's a gimmick that's been used in previous games, but it's usually more obvious about how it says it, so... So, okay, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Did he say it's dark? He said the letter's too dark. He didn't say it's too dark in here to read it. He said the letter was dark. Like, the way it was worded was that the note was the problem and not the environment. That's how I took it, anyways. So a slight rewording of that probably would have saved me, like, 25 minutes. Well, oh well. So, anyways, okay, yeah. Boop, I'm gonna go like this. I am going to call it here for tonight. So I guess this was the penultimate episode. I'll be back tomorrow playing indie games, assuming my kid goes to sleep the way they're supposed to, and I'll play all the games that I pulled up last week and didn't get a chance to play. But I will be back. It's 2 p.m. there. Oh, one of the Australians. Yes, well, welcome. That's one of the things about streaming late at night, is you tend to get people on the other side of the world watching, which is cool. Yeah, I will be back to finish this game on Tuesday. So, if you get the opportunity, Madeline, I hope you get to witness me finishing this, and then I'll probably be talking about it for a little bit, because yeah, so my schedule is on the site. If you scroll down somewhere in there, it says my schedule. I tend to be on at 9:30 p.m. my time every night, which is, like, if it's 2 p.m. now, like 11:30 your time, a.m. Is that right? Yeah, next Wednesday at 11, somewhere around there. I stream at 9:30 p.m. my time, so yeah, EDT. So I believe that is 11:30 a.m. your time. So yes, I will be back next Tuesday to finish this, and then chat about the game, and then maybe start Sim Max. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and then tomorrow I will be back playing more indie games. Friday I will be continuing Under Hero. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for me tonight. I'm going to end this stream and actually get to bed by, my god, maybe 12:30. Give myself a whole extra half hour of sleep instead of being an idiot. Anyways, all that being said, thank you for watching tonight. Thanks to all the new subscribers and watchers. That was very kind. And yeah, that's going to do it for me tonight. So, excuse me as I burp an awful lot of feta. Jesus Christ. Okay. That's going to do it for me tonight. So, until next time, stay safe, have fun, wear your goddamn mask, and I will see you next time.